nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today I'm sharing a Goodwill thrift haul with you. These are items that I picked up and I'm planning to resell on my eBay store. I have reopened my eBay store up. I know it's been on vacation for a little bit for the summer here while I took a break, but it is up and going again. So if you're interested in anything, check out the link down below and you can go see what's available. So we'll get right into it. The first things I found were these adorable Raggedy Ann and Andy figurines. These are hand painted, and normally you see her in like a red, but this is actually painted pink, which is kind of neat. And they have that kind of metallic paint to them. I love the size to them, so if you're a fan of Raggedy Ann and Andy but don't want to have a huge doll or really anything like that, I think this would be a nice little touch just to add to a bookshelf or something like that. And you can enjoy them and they can make you smile, but you don't have to have it overwhelm your house. So I thought those would be pretty cool to pick up. So I've already cleaned most of this stuff up and took the price tags off, so I'm not going to be able to individually price them out for you, but I will give you a total spend. I end up spending around $65 for everything here, and we'll just leave it at that. So averaging about $2 or $3 a piece probably. So the next thing I got was this cool 1987 Devar swan. I believe you can use this as a sponge holder. I'm not certain, but you could put, little trinkets in it or whatever. But I just really love the color to it. It's a nice pink, but it has this metallic shine to it as well. And again, it's another cute little size item. Swans are pretty popular lately, so I figured I would go ahead and pick that up. I'm sure someone will enjoy that. So this is something I have never come across before, and I thought it was the neatest thing. So it's a nice little pottery piece. It's actually a sugar, and the handle actually doubles as a spoon. So you can remove that off and just scoop out a little bit for your tea and put it back on. I thought it was really neat. It does have the, is it Om? Is that Buddhist? You're like, I think it's like past, present, future, being one with past, present, future. I think that's what it means. So it's like the Om symbol there. And yeah, it's just in this really pretty shade of purple. So I don't know, I just thought it was a really neat piece. I especially liked it because of that spoon handle. I'd never seen that before. So this next piece is obviously very 1990s. It has the bright neon colors, pink and green here. And originally I was like, oh, it must be just kind of a vase. And it is put out by FTD. In 1991 it came out, and they do typically make a lot of vases, and I'm sure you could use it for that, but I was thinking this probably was more along the line to hold your combs and brushes. It's about that size, and you could hold quite a few in there, so I think if I was to keep it, that's what I would use it for. But it's very beautiful, and if you're into neon colors, I think it's a nice way to add it to your decor without it being too crazy loud, and have the nice white undertones here. So thought that was pretty cool, nice vintage 90s piece. So I don't typically pick up ashtray items, but this one was just so neat. I love that it was very long here. It had the 3 sections obviously there, so it makes an ashtray, but it's also like kind of divided here, so you can almost use it as like a little divided dish. Be good to use for paintbrushes to set in across like that, just the rest, or pens or whatever. You can hold little jewelry and whatnot, but I just thought it was really pretty. It is a hand-painted ceramic piece, and it is signed Nana from Joyce and Bob on the bottom there. So very cute. It even has some detailing here, and it has these like hand-painted roses at the center here, the center of the 2 different sides. But yeah, I just thought it was really pretty, so I couldn't pass that up. So every now and again, I will pick up a collector's plate if I like the image of it and I feel like someone is going to want to put it in their home. Now this next one, I obviously had people that like to go horseback riding or just farms in general in mind. It was very beautiful. So it's called Horses Drinking. You can see they're drinking there, and there's actually a little piggy right there. There's a couple little piggies there on the side, which I thought was really cute, but very neat. My youngest, he's not my youngest, my oldest went horseback riding last weekend for the first time, and it was really fun. So maybe that's kind of why I was drawn to it as well. But I thought this was really pretty. I liked that it had the hanger on it, good to go ahead and attach it to your wall so you don't have to worry about finding one of those. And yeah, just thought it was a really great image. So I know my customers enjoy the animal figurines, and I was able to find a couple. So the first one is this nice porcelain cat. It's white and kind of this mixed gray. It's like a dark and light gray color. I feel like people that have cats tend to try to look for figurines that look similar to their cat. So this one's a little bit more unique. I would wonder if there's any real cats out there that has these markings. So it's really pretty. And the ears are all in good shape. Usually when I find them, there might be one little ding on it, but these are good. And yeah, so it's just a nice little porcelain cat figurine there. I also got this one here. It's a Scottish Terrier, little Scotty dog, and it is marked Japan on the bottom. And yeah, just a cute little size. He has a little weight to him for a little guy here, but yeah, really cute. They kind of look like brother and sister. So this is something I really adored and I was considering keeping, but I decided to go ahead and list it. If it doesn't end up selling, then I don't mind hanging on to it because I love the colors to it. So it's a nice Japan stoneware, which I love. And then it has this beautiful 70s golden yellow around it. It's just a good size creamer in general. And these are cute because you can use them for vases if you want to, or various things. This is a status stone stoneware Japan. It's marked on the bottom. So I thought that was a really nice creamer. It's a good quality. So as you guys saw in my thrift along with me, I did come across quite a few clowns. I try to pick a few out. And one of the first ones that I grabbed was this female clown. I'd never seen any female clown figurines. They're typically all males. So I thought that was neat. And apparently I had overlooked, she has a little bit of a nick on her chin, but her head's like tilted to the side, so it almost kind of blends in. So it's a little bit hard to see considering most of her outfit and everything is white, and then that little nick is white there. It just kind of blended into me, but I do want to note that if anybody is interested, it does have that little defect there. So it's made in Taiwan. It's probably from around the late 70s, early 80s. I just thought she was a really cute addition to any clown collection. The next clown I got is this primary colored clown. He is holding an umbrella that has a little bit of neon pink to it, but the majority of them is primary colors. And I do see that a lot in the clown figurines for some reason. They like to go with the primary colors, but yeah. Another porcelain piece. Oh, he was pretty cute. I like the happy clowns. I'm not into the scary clowns, but the happy clowns definitely always put a smile on my face. The next one is this dapper little dude here, and I like that he has pants. You know how typically clowns have really baggy pants, and you can really tell that on this. It looked kind of natural to me. Anytime I've ever seen clowns, they've always kind of worn that. And then he's also leaning on a cane. A cane. I usually either see an umbrella or a cane in these figurines, right? And the only issue with him is he has a little bit of paint wear at his nose and a little piece on his cheek, but he's still totally cool. And I like that he was blue and gray. So if you like clowns, but you kind of have neutral decor, it's a good way to incorporate it in without being too like, hey, look at that clown. So this guy I almost left behind because he does have a little bit of cold paint damage to him, but it's mostly just at the chest here on the black. So if it really bothered anyone, they could basically just take a Sharpie and fill it in. You wouldn't notice it. So a little bit on the front of his vest and back of his vest. And basically that's the only real significant damage I see to the cold paint. I just really liked his look though, so I was like, you know, I think it's worth it. People expect a little bit of flaws with vintage stuff anyways, and he just had a really neat look. I believe his hair is pretty much red. It's like a brownish red, so I don't usually see you think of clowns, well, they have red hair, well, the red noses, right? So you don't really see the red-headed clowns. It's kind of neat. So I thought he was a neat one. So I was really excited when I found this Poochie clown because I know they can do pretty well. They can go well up until around the $60 range and maybe even a little bit higher depending, you know, what type it is, what one someone's looking for. This one's in good shape. I didn't see any issues with it at the store. As I was listing it, I discovered there are little chips at his collar here, but the way the collar kind of, you know, weaves, it blends in so well that I really almost missed it. So I don't think it's that significant, but I have photos of that, you know, so you can see it up close if you're interested in the Poochie clown. But like I said, they do sell for pretty good money. They come on this nice wooden base and they have the little gold sign with his name on it. So he kind of reminds me of the Grinch. Has a kind of a Grinch look to him, like a Dr. Seuss kind of looking clown. But I think he's pretty neat, and we'll see how he does. Hopefully that little bit of damage doesn't ruin the profit for me there. But you know, there are collectors out there, so maybe they won't mind. So this next piece is really neat. It's probably, this might be my favorite thing I got to resell, honestly. This is a vintage 1985 little caddy wall pocket. It does have 2 holes here. It is ceramic. It's heavy, but not too bad. You know, it's about as expected for the size of it. And it features these 4 teddy bears on it in this beautiful purple color. Now, I would kind of think about using this in a nursery. It'd be great to hold like diaper creams and, you know, all the little brushes, nail clippers and things like that in near the changing station, but also would be really good in a kid's bathroom. And you know how we have the new electric brushes back in the olden days? We didn't really have the electric brushes like we do now, so we just have a lot of toothbrush holders and they'd slide right in very easily, but a lot of people use the little button ones these days and they're a lot bigger, right? So they're not as easy to find a holder for. I did try it out with my kids to see if they would fit, and that size brush does fit in there. So I think this would be also really good to hang up in a bathroom. You can put your toothpaste in it, probably like maybe 2, 3, maybe 4, might be pushing it with 4 of those electric toothbrushes would go in there as well. And so, you know, I think it has plenty of uses. It's really adorable. And yeah, that was a happy find. I've never come across that before, but it's a super handy little piece here. I love vintage, and especially when it's a practical piece. Okay, so maybe these were technically my favorite pieces I got to resell. I do have some strawberry things in my own collection, so I almost didn't want to let these go. But I got a little creamer here. These are vintage Japan. And I contemplated whether I should leave the sticker on here. It's an old original sticker from Kmart. This napkin holder was originally $7.68 at Kmart, but I was thinking, I mean, how long ago would they have been selling Japan stuff, made in Japan stuff at Kmart? So I decided to leave the sticker on there. I was like, if it lasted on there all these years, I kind of feel bad taking it off. It's just kind of neat to see. It made me smile to see it, so I figured anybody that wanted to purchase it would also not mind that it was there, and they could always remove it if they didn't like it. But yeah, we got this napkin holder. It does have the strawberry design on both sides. They're marked Japan. This has strawberry on both sides, but it's just at the bottom here at that side, but they're in good shape, really great colors. And the neat thing about these, they are red and it has this green trim. So if you like strawberries and don't want to, you know, have to undecorate just because summertime's over, you can definitely use this at Christmas time because it has the red and green and it should go very well. So yeah, really neat set. I think I'm going to go ahead and just lot them together. And since they, you know, the kind of a set, a little oddball set, but they do match. So I think I'll probably just try to list them together and have them stick together. They made it this far together, so I'd hate to break them up. So this is something I got that might potentially do pretty well. I felt it was probably a more profitable piece. So what it is a vintage Otagiri Japan pitcher. I guess you could probably consider it a creamer. It's a very large creamer from what I typically see, but it's smaller than a water pitcher, so we'll call it a creamer. And it is by Sydney Sugarwarer, and she typically makes this specific cat. So there are compatible pieces out there that there's like just this cat and it's actually a teapot and the little arm will like go out like that and that's the little spout and things like that. And they sell for pretty decent. I actually didn't find this exact piece when I looked at comps. So I guess it's technically rare. I don't know how many are out there, but it's really cool. And even if you're not a cat person, I feel like you can appreciate it. It's a really cute cat. It does have a couple of crease in the glaze places, just a couple of lines, but it's nothing too serious. And I obviously will note that in the listing, but yeah, it's a fun little piece there. So this here, I might wait a little bit to list because I'm trying to identify it still. I might just end up tossing it on and giving up, but I don't know the maker of this. It's obviously older. The only marking it has is this 223 and this gold on the bottom. Typically when I see a marking like that, where it's like kind of handwritten, it's usually Italian, but normally it'll say Italy across it. So I'm not, you know, completely convinced that this is an Italian piece. It does have this like gilded gold brim up here. It kind of comes down and it's absolutely beautiful. The detailing on it is amazing. I love that it was pink and kind of ombre to the white, and it has like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like really cool detailing right here on both sides. Beautiful handle on it. It's really gorgeous. I feel like if there's a person out there that loves pink, this is going to be a lovely addition for them. And so if you have any information on that, that'd be super helpful if you happen to, you know, be able to put me in the right direction as to where I could look. But otherwise, it might just be something someone gets a really good deal on, because I'm not going to be able to identify it. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening on that. I'll try to get it listed soon enough though. So y'all know I love my Kitchen Dahlia items, and butter dishes are something I like to pick up if I find a good quality one. There's a lot out there that I skip, but anytime I see one that is pretty wide, I feel like it's a good, you know, solid quality, I will go ahead and pick it up. This one is a vintage Japan Vina Fira DuraSafe dinnerware. It's in really good shape here. It has this pattern on it, which what did I look it up? It said it was Radiance, I believe was the name of it. It is on both sides, so it features these pears and then a little bit of florals. Kind of has the 1980s colors. So, pretty pretty. This does have blue trim around the, you know, the outside of that as well. So if those are your colors. But I just thought it was a really good size. I like them to be a little bit wider. A lot of times I find little skinny ones, I'm like, I don't want to mess with that. You know, it's just easier to have it that way. So I like that one, and definitely always try to pick up the cool butter dishes like that. They sell for decent usually. This is a beautiful Lenox bud vase, and I really was drawn to it because of the detailing on it. With fall coming up in just a few weeks, at least for me, where I'm at, we'll be having trees turning here soon. But I figured fall coming up, this would be a lovely addition to fall decor. So it's all like fall kind of leaf detailing down through here, like not necessarily fall. It is white, but you know what I mean. It will go with the fall decor pretty well. And I know there's so many people that like to decorate in the neutral colors. They don't quite go as wild as I do with all the colors. So I think this is a beautiful way to be able to decorate for the autumn season and not have to be doing all the like orange and, you know, yellows and all that stuff. So we will see. I thought it was a good idea to pick up, but we'll see how that goes. So here's another thing that I might not necessarily be sad if it doesn't sell. It was a little hard to decide to go ahead and list it, but you know, you can only have so much glassware in your house, so sometimes you just have to let things that you love go. So this is a beautiful like 1970s probably era Indiana glass compote bowl. So you can use it like a little candy dish. This is the Lotus Blossom design. So you can see it's actually shaped like a flower. Move my hand there. That has like the little leaves come out. So it's a really gorgeous piece. And that beautiful avocado green. So it's a decent size. And again, this would look really great in the fall decor as well. And obviously can transition through a lot of different seasons. So I just think the green is such a versatile color to use in the home because it does really go all year round. But I did save this blue-billed goose jar. I gave it one cleaning. It was pretty, you know, dirty at the thrift store. I do need to clean it up a little bit better. There's some more like residue up here, but I did get that. Got this plastic lid. It doesn't have a seal here, but it actually holds pretty tight. So I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could use it for food. I feel like it's something I'd use more in like a craft room to organize, and maybe some buttons as a like nice little button jar or something would be really cute. But yeah, I've never come across this one before. So you know me, I have to save the Bulbo goose. So Corelle is very popular because of the lightweightness of it. So with the Corelle plates, you could probably stack like 35 of them up and it would compare to be about 8 regular, you know, normal thick plates that most people will have. So that's why a lot of people like them. I like to use mine for when we go on a picnic or just want to eat outside for like a little cookout or something, just because they are so lightweight, easy to transport back and forth. The platters, I usually pick up when I see them because I don't find them too often. I feel like it's one of those things that a lot of people don't really find. You usually see the plates or the cups and saucers tend to be the things you find the most, right? And so this is the pattern Callaway, and this rippled edge means it's French white. They made two different types, and this Callaway would have just had like a plain, not the ripple there, would have been the other variation. This is from the early 90s, and I think it ended right at 2000 is when they stopped making it. That's when they discontinued it, rather. And so I decided to pick it up. There's always that one person that needs, you know, a couple of pieces to add to their collection, and the ivy is a nice design. A lot of people, you know, like to decorate in the ivy, so I figured I'd pick that up just in case someone was looking for that. And I always enjoy picking up the corral for myself and the patterns I enjoy. So next I grabbed this nice vintage Korea stoneware plate. This is an extra large plate. I'd almost consider it more of a serving platter because it is quite a bit larger than your standard dinner plate. But I guess if you're extra hungry, maybe it's like the Hungry Man meals, you could have a version of that, right? And so this is a Andre poncho plate, and the pattern's actually called April Song, which I thought was very pretty. I love the colors to it. I was considering keeping it, but I do have a lot of plates, so I figured I would offer it up and see if anyone else would be interested in this. But absolutely stunning. Is marked on the bottom here with all of its information. This is almost a jadeite green. Might be just a tinge darker, but it's pretty close to jadeite. Well, that is my Goodwill thrift haul. Everything will be available in my eBay store. If you want to check it out, I do have that link down below. An easy way to remember how to get there, just do ebay.com//STR, which is essentially store, and then another / and then just Nesting Haven. Very easy way to get to it. I did go ahead and create a store this time. Before I just had like the basic package where it was just like free, and then I did go ahead and pay to have a store this time, so it would be easier for y'all to find my link. I know you guys found it challenging the way they had it before. It made it harder for people to be able to search for it. Even when I direct linked it, people were still having a hard time getting there. So I think the new link will work out perfectly. And so if you're not following me over there, go ahead and head over and hit the follow there, and that way, even if you weren't interested in anything here, as I list new stuff, you guys can be the first to see that and have a chance at it. I probably will be listing before you'll see the haul, so it'll just be a way for you to be able to track it and be able to have first dibs, really, if you were interested in anything. But thank you guys so much for watching. I totally appreciate it. And I think I'll have a Goodwill. I went to Salvation Army too. I'm not sure which one I'll do first. Let me know in the comments. You want me to do the Salvation Army thrift along with me, or do you want to see the Goodwill thrift along with me? Leave it in the comments, let me know, and we will catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.